Welcome back to What About Jesus with Gene and Grady. I am Grady.
I'm Gene.
Well, we're happy you're here listening to us, if I could talk.
Yeah. We're glad that you're able to join with us. It's been a while. Kind of had busy schedules these past few weeks.
Busy schedules, a little bit of ice here and there.
Yeah. That's the thing about Oklahoma weather. If you want a winter, wait till February. So, well, I'm glad we're back, though. It's nice. It's somewhat warm. So you've got something special coming up this weekend, don't you?
Yeah, we have our fall retreat coming up this week. A little bit, or spring retreat.
Yeah,
a little bit early this year. We have, right at the beginning of March. So really, if it's even considered spring yet, but it is going to be warm. Going to be great weather. It's just going to be a very good weekend from what the outlook is.
All right. So you spend this time. What are you and the kids focusing on?
So we have a series, or I guess it's a curriculum for the weekend, but the whole theme of the weekend is called is the pause.
Pause.
Yeah.
Like
taking a pause in life.
Okay. All right. What do you hope that it will accomplish or inspire the kids to do after this weekend?
Well, some of the lessons that we're going over is that the idea of hitting pause allows us to effectively hit play in our life with Jesus, right?
Okay.
We need to pause sometimes in life in order to kind of reset ourselves and refocus on what's important. This time of year is one of the hardest a lot of times for teens in their faith, because you're the furthest away from summer in both directions, right? You're
right.
You're disput from the previous summer, but you're still a little ways out from this upcoming summer.
Okay.
And we can really hit these spiritual lulls, and you see that amongst the teens, and it's I'm hoping they're able to kind of take a break from everything that they're going on in their lives, their schools, their sports, leave their phones on the bus, and let's get closer together, get closer to God for a beautiful weekend at the beginning of March.
Yeah. I mean, taking a pause, that's very biblical, because if you think about the Ten Commandments, God told the Israels to work 6 days and rest on the seventh day. Mm-hmm. Now, I wish I could tell you what day the seventh day is, but they have a different calendar than we do. So the closest thing we have is Saturday.
Yeah, we'll take it.
All right. But Jesus also had an opportunity with his disciples after they had just returned from their first missionary trip that he gave them or sent them on. And it was getting, I don't know, it might have been late in the evening. I would think it would be if they walk everywhere. Mm-hmm. And they haven't even eaten yet. And he says, come away and rest. Mm-hmm. And so that tells me, we can't always push ourselves. We have to take that time and pause and rest, because it's a good thing to restore the soul. So that's good. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, the only true rest comes from God, right?
Okay.
I feel like anything else that you're searching for in this world is just gonna cause you a little bit of stress, right?
Right.
Like we need to go out into God's. I think the best way to get rest is to go out to God's creation and just experience that. And we're going out and going where there's not much self-service and cooking food, singing songs, and learning about God. It sounds like a pretty good way to spend a weekend.
Yep, and spending time in prayer with Him and in His Word. That's the best thing we can do for our souls. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to this time that you have with the kids and seeing the result of that. If they will truly take that into practice, I think it will be such a blessing to them to look at the world and go, you know what, I need to stop. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So let's continue to look at this idea of pause. And kind of encourage our listeners to find an opportunity to take a pause in your life right now and get your mind focused. What, in your life, you have a lot of stories. You're a man of many, many stories.
Okay.
What is a time in your life where hitting pause really kind of recalibrated you? Do you have a specific moment in mind where you took a break, brought you back, and it kind of...
Yeah, just recently, we had the Adventures in Missions students. Mm-hmm. And being with them 24 hours a day for 7 days, I felt like by the time they had left, I felt like I was peopled out. And so I took that next day and just kind of rested, and I spent time in prayer and focusing on that and asking God to refuel me, because I am a people person, but like all people, you get to the point that you need that time out.
Yeah.
And so that's probably the most recent that I can think of in regards where a pause was good. What about you?
Man, I think you have to kind of look back. Right when I started here is at South Yukon. I started here on June 1st.
Yeah,
June 1st is the first day of summer.
Ooh, yeah, I remember
which is the busiest time of the year.
Right.
For my profession.
Yes.
It's a busy time. We're taking trips. We're going left to right. I get here, and 2 weeks later, I'm in Altus on a
That's
at
right.
a church
I remember
camp,
that.
right?
Yep.
And then I get back from a church camp, and a week later, we have our firstborn daughter, and so it's insane. Like,
right.
That level of stress and hecticness.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word, but craziness during that time period in my life. I'm trying to meet all these teenagers, meet everyone at church. There's so many people that introduce themselves to me that I could not tell you. They all look the same to me.
Yeah.
I'm low on sleep because we have a newborn, and it's just frantic. And I remember, it was the fall retreat my first year, and it was the first time, I had been away from Ren outside of a mission trip, and so it'd been a couple months since I'd been away from the family, and it was the first retreat that I had planned with this congregation, and I got to hang out with the youth group. I got to hang out with a lot of the parents. I got to hang out with a lot of people. We had an incredible weekend, but I think that was the time where it really kind of centered myself. Like, okay, I'm here, my family's here, my career's here, and being able to just go out there, disconnect for just a little bit, and get closer to Him for a weekend. Even though it was a crazy weekend, it's something that I was directing, something that I was putting on. It allowed me to kind of step away for.
So, and typically, outside of your work, what helps you to refresh? What do you do in your time of pause?
I mean, definitely hang out with family.
Okay.
Definitely hang out with family. At the end of last summer, crazy summer again, we took a week and we went to Florida.
Okay.
We went to the beach and kind of recalibrated. I got to spend time with Hannah, got to spend time with Ren, and I turned my phone off.
Well, that's
I didn't
good.
worry about work. I disconnected my ministry from my personal life and just got close with family and reset. And I got back, and man, I was refreshed. I felt renewed. I felt excited to take on the next year, and we have another trip planned for around the same time this upcoming year because it was much needed.
Okay, very good.
Except we're going to Disney, so I may be more stressed out.
We'll see how you do. Okay, viewers and listeners, we're going to check in with him after that trip and see how well he is.
How refreshed I am.
Yeah. Well, viewers and listeners, we hope that you will evaluate your everyday life. And are you taking time to connect with God? I mean, we do it every day, but are you doing it solely just for Him to refuel you and refresh you? And I pray that you will find that time if you haven't already, and I pray that you will be blessed if you have. So, we have a new series that we want to introduce after your spring retreat. Everyone, we call this "What About Jesus?" But I couldn't help but think, what about Jesus when He said? So I would like to see us kind of delve into that. Hopefully you'll have some time to think about some of those. And some are going to be hard, I think.
Yeah.
Some are going to be easy to understand, but I think there's some hard things that we've got to look at as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, directly from the mouth of Jesus. Let's see what He was talking about.
Yep. So I say, hopefully you'll join us next week and be blessed, and God will carry you through. And so He's a God that never leaves nor forsakes. So long from Gene.
We'll see you from Grady.